Oh my god, I think BoxyCharm snapped. Hey everyone, so today is the first video I've been filming in quite a while, and I am doing a BoxyCharm February and March combined into one video because I have not filmed in forever. And yeah, so I'm just gonna share with you guys all the things that I got in my boxes, try some of them on, and let you guys know what I think. All right, and let's cut to the super long intro of things you don't care about. Hi everyone, so this is actually the first video I have filmed in about 2 months or so this just kind of feels really different. I kind of changed up my setup a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this setup, but I'm gonna try a few videos out like this, see what I think, see what you guys think if you like it. Otherwise, I might go back to my old filming setup. I used to have my video kind of like, or my camera rather, in this corner over here with all my twinkle lights, and I still really like that. But I wanted to just kind of try to switch things up since I haven't been on YouTube in quite a while, and it's just kind of been really like hit or miss for me lately. But especially with what's been going on lately with the virus and everything, like I haven't been able to go out and do all the things I'm used to doing now, and I pretty much am just stuck at home. I am still going to work though, but I've just like finally had some time to sit down and film some videos, so I've definitely been wanting to do those for a while. I just literally have not had the time. But yeah, so that's it for that really long rambly intro. Just let me know, what do you guys think of this setup? Okay, so for the month of February, BoxyCharm, for the first time, I thought it was just they forgot to put my card in there, but what they actually ended up doing was doing like a digital little card like you usually get in your BoxyCharm boxes. So when I first opened my box, I'm like, oh, that's weird, they didn't put my little insert card. And then a few days later, I ended up getting an email that had the virtual card in it for February. So that was one thing that surprisingly, I didn't like that much. I mean, I like having the little card that has all the information on it, just really nice and convenient for me. Maybe it was something they were trying out, I don't know. Anyway, so the first product that I got from my February BoxyCharm box was the First Aid Beauty Facial Radiance Pads. So I have been using these since I got them. They're basically just these little pads. If I open it up and show you, I don't even know if you can see that. They're just these little face kind of like cleansing pads. It says they're supposed to help exfoliate, tone, and brighten your skin. I have been using these you know, every time I take off my makeup and stuff. I've been using them at nighttime. I don't know if I notice a huge difference, but I do notice that it does kind of get a little bit more of the makeup off, especially if I'm being a little bit lazy and I'm kind of just doing like a makeup wipe and go. If I'm not doing like a intense deep clean, it will definitely leave behind a little bit of makeup. So these definitely help kind of get a little bit of that extra makeup off my skin, which is good. The price of these were $16, so it's definitely something like I'm glad I got to try it out, but is it something that I would have personally purchased for myself or something I would repurchase? Probably not. It's just fun to try it out, but definitely not something I think is super essential for me. Okay, so the next product I got is the first product I'm going to be using today. This is the Pear 4-in-1 Correcting Primer. This one is called the Energize and Rescue Primer. So this one retails for $17, and it's supposed to prime and tone your skin. And it says it has ingredients like probiotics, aloe, caffeine, coconut water to help smooth your skin. So I'm going to try this out. I've never tried this one before. It's in a little squeeze tube packet, which I really like because I feel like you can really get most of the product out of these, so I like the packaging of that. So what it looks like, it really just looks like a white cream. It doesn't seem to have any noticeable shimmer or anything, but I'm just going to apply this all over my skin. The first thing I noticed, it does have a really nice smell. It has a very like fresh, I don't know, kind of coconutty smell. So if you're someone who does not like fragrancing in your products, you'd probably want to stay away from this one, but it does have a really nice, fresh, clean smell, which I like. It just kind of seems like a moisturizing type of primer for me. It's not a pore filling primer. It doesn't really have any super like silicone-y feel to it. It really kind of feels more just like a moisturizer. So if you like those types of primers, this might be one you want to try out. The next product I got from my March box, this was a BoxyCharm Boxy Luxe box. This one is the Mirod Hydration Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisture for Under Eyes Eye Serum. So I forgot to put this on. I should have put this on. I'm so sorry, but this is what it looks like. And this one, again, was from my March box, and this one retails for, wow, $70. So I really like under eye creams and stuff, just because I'm getting older and I'm starting to notice some fine lines and stuff. So this is definitely a product that I will definitely be trying out. I like to use my under eye creams at nighttime, just so they really have time to sink into my skin. So I will have to use this sometime this week and let you guys know what I think about that. But yeah, that was one of the big ticket items from my Boxy Luxe March box. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and like apply my makeup like usual. Usually I would just kind of edit out the steps that are not BoxyCharm related products just to keep the video shorter, but I just haven't done a video in quite a while and I just kind of want to talk about like what's been going on lately. So I'm just gonna kind of briefly talk about the things I'm applying and just kind of go about doing my makeup. So I'm gonna be using my e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation. This one's my all-time favorite foundation. I just wish they would re-release this formula in more shades. Oh, I talk about that every time. But I'm going to be mixing it with the Tony Moly BCDation. I don't know what we're thinking with the name of this, but this one is just a Korean like BB cream, and I'm really just kind of using this up, not because I particularly like it. I'm just, I don't know, kind of lightening up this foundation just a little bit. So yeah, I just know that it's just been such a crazy time right now for like everybody, and it's just so weird because it's like I finally got to the point where like I like to go out and do things, you know, like if this whole like pandemic were to happen like last year at this time, I would not that I wouldn't care or wouldn't be affected, but it just wouldn't drive me as crazy as much of having to stay home, because now like I'll go out like 3 times a week going to like, I don't know, just like social events and stuff and things that I've never done before. And now of course, all of a sudden I started going to things and now it's like, nope, you gotta stay home and everything's canceled. And it's just such a weird time. And it's obviously for the best that, you know, keeping distance and, you know, the whole social distancing thing, it's just such a weird time. And of course now I don't know, I'm just not able to go see my boyfriend as much. I usually go spend the weekends with him when I can. And it's just so frustrating not being able to be with him and go, you know, be with my friends and go do things. And it's honestly only been like a week and a half since things have really started ramping up and like getting really intense here and everything, but it's just like, of course, now when I actually have things to do and people to see, it's like, before I was a total loner, like you could not get me out of my house, like, and now I want to actually go do things and I can't. Grocery stores are of course really crazy at the moment as well. I don't know, I like going to Walmart and Target and things, and I haven't been able to do that in a while. Just really don't want to go out and be around people. I am still going to work. Our office hasn't closed or anything yet. Luckily we did take today off, which is Saturday, and usually I end up working Saturdays. My concealer is the Cover Master Korean one. This one is from, I think it's Urban Doll Kiss or something like that. But yeah, so our office closed this Saturday, which is good because I usually end up working Saturdays, but I wanted to like go see my boyfriend and go spend the weekend with him. Because he lives about an hour and a half away, so I always try to go like stay the weekends with him when I can because we don't get to see each other throughout the week. But of course with everything going on, it's just too risky at this point to like, I don't know, risk spreading anything. So unfortunately we don't get to see each other this weekend, and it's really frustrating because if I don't get to see him on a weekend, I have to wait a whole nother week, and who knows how long this is gonna go on. To be honest, I'm hoping, you know, in a few weeks this will all kind of get under control, but we really just don't know at this point. Okay, the next product I have is from my February box. This is from Ciate London, and this is called the Everyday Vacay Coconut Setting Powder. I love this stuff so much. This retails for $22. This I have been using non-stop since I got it, and it's probably my new favorite setting powder, which it's $22, that's not that bad. But the e.l.f. one was my favorite, the luminous setting powder, and that one's like $6 and stuff, but this one is so good. So I just like to apply it with this big sponge like this, and I kind of like apply a lot of it, but it really is so good. It gives you that micro fine like milled powder, and it just makes my makeup set so nicely. I love this stuff so much, and I'm gonna be so sad when I use it all up because I'm probably going to have to repurchase it. It smells really good too. It has a natural coconut kind of smell to it. It's really sweet, and just, oh, I love it. I love it. So I'm so glad I got that product from BoxyCharm, and I almost thought about just skipping like February and stuff and not doing a video for this one, but I was like, oh, this product is so good. I want to share the whole thing. So I love this product. I am so happy that I got it because I don't even know if you can tell, but like I have been tearing this up. Okay, so the next product I got is from my March box, and this is from the brand Zoeva, and I have always wanted to try stuff from this brand. I've always looked at their stuff and I thought it was so cute, but I've just never, like, I don't know, bit the bullet and bought anything. I think they've recently started offering this at Ulta as well, so it's a little bit more accessible and you don't have to buy directly from their website, which is one thing I've just never been a fan of, is just buying off of individual makeup websites. But this is called the Zoeva Premier palette. So this is what the palette looks like, and it is a blush palette. The only thing I don't like about this is I feel like I wouldn't get a whole lot of use out of it, just because while it's very stunning and pretty, I feel like the only product I would really be able to use is this blush. And this palette retailed for $19, so I feel like that's not terrible price for like 3 you know, face products like this. This top color is almost like a mauve-y kind of shimmer color. It's very shimmery, and that one is called Fame and Fortune. I just feel like that's too deep and too shimmery of a product for me to wear with having such fair skin. The next one is called 1929, and this one is like a shimmer gold like highlighter maybe, but it's definitely too deep for me. And again, the last one here is called Curtain Call, and it is a matte blush. I feel like I could make that work. Ooh, I just had a bit of a sneeze fest, but this is pretty much the only product I feel like I would be able to really use in this palette, but I will give this one a go. First, I will apply like some bronzer and contour like I usually will, and I'll come back and use this cheek palette and kind of see what I can do with that. And to do that, I'm gonna use some new brushes. These came in my February box. I know it's kind of getting confusing going back and forth between all the boxes, but I'm trying to like do these all in a, I don't know, a cohesive order of how I would do my makeup. So this is a brush trio, and this is from Alamar Cosmetics, which is definitely a brand we've seen before in BoxyCharm. And these are the complexion brush trios, and these retail for $36. So definitely, at least for me, I don't like to spend a lot of money on brushes, which is like really convenient with having a BoxyCharm subscription, because you do get quite a few makeup brushes, and especially like some really good quality ones. Like these feel so nice. So these are what the brushes look like. They come with these little brush guards on them, which I'm totally going to be keeping because these are so good. And I don't know, I'm just so glad it came with those. So this first one here is a bronzer brush. This one's really interesting. Almost, I don't know if you can see, has like a little bit of like a dimpled kind of texture to the front. Again, I don't know if you can see that or not. This one says it's for bronzing. The next one is the brightening brush. I feel like that'd be really good for applying like that powder. That would have been good. I would probably use this for highlighter because I just love this shape of brush. And the last one is called the complexion brush, and it's a little bit more of like an angled, fluffier brush, but I would probably use this as like contour or bronzer. Like I know this one is a bronzer, but I would probably use this one for like a foundation or something. But I want to give these a go. These feel super soft. These are, I believe, a synthetic brush. Let me read the little description to be sure. It says it is vegan and cruelty free, so I'm assuming that is a synthetic brush. And yeah, so I want to try these out and see what I think about these. So the first one I'm going to use is that angled one. Again, this one is the complexion brush, and I'm going to use it as a kind of like a contour brush. So I'm using the Sugar Mix Shading Bronzer from Skin Food. This is a Korean brand. I really have had this for a while, and it's not that I'm using it because I like it. I'm using it because I want to use it up. At first, when I got this bronzer, I thought it was okay, but I didn't like it so much because I thought it was a little bit too, like, I don't know, not as pigmented as I would have liked. But now that I'm actually using it, I feel like this is a really good option. It is not one of those super intense, highly pigmented kind of bronzers, which is actually a good thing because sometimes I go a little bit heavy on those, and I feel like this, I can really, I don't know, I can apply it a lot easier because I like how buildable it is. So it's definitely one that I feel like I do have to work with a little bit to kind of get more of that color on my face, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it. So far this brush feels super soft. It is a little bit more, what's the word, fluffier than what I usually use for my contour brushes at the moment, but this one is really soft and I really like this brush. So this is definitely one I feel like I would continue using in my everyday makeup routine. But yeah, like I was saying, it's just such a weird time right now because of course, like if this would have happened last year, I would have, you know, not been as affected by the like whole having to stay home quarantining kind of thing. But now I'm just like, oh, I want to go out. And I don't know if it's just because like, oh, now you're not supposed to go out and I really want to go out. But it's just like, oh, I go to trivia night like literally 3 times a week. And it's just been like my newest favorite thing because it's just so fun. And I've never been someone who like likes to go out and do things. And of course, now that I start doing stuff and like having places to go, it's like now you gotta stay home, which is really sad. On the bright side though, since I've been so bored bored, at least I've had time to start filming videos again. So I'm hoping to get quite a few videos filmed. And again, I know a lot of people don't like when people just like stockpile videos like all from one day, but at this point this is really all I have. So it's either nothing or a whole bunch of videos filmed on one day. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back to the Zoeva palette and I'm gonna try the Curtain Call blush here, that one right there. And I think I'm gonna use my own blush brush for now. Okay, so I'm gonna dip in. I'm gonna go really gentle into this color just because I don't know how intense it's gonna be. And I'm just gonna start by applying it to my cheeks. It looks a little bit subtle. It looks a little more subtler than I was expecting. So I'm gonna dip in just a little bit more and kind of build it up. But it does look a lot like the current blush I'm using. This one is from, I don't even know, but it's like super similar colors. These are the two that I've been using. I think this one's a little bit lighter, but super similar colors. So yeah, are you guys like still going to work? Are you working from home now? Are you quarantined? Has anything changed in your life with all of this stuff going on? It's really kind of interesting because on the one hand, I'm so tired of hearing about coronavirus and everything. And I just feel like a lot of it is really scary, and I feel like sometimes the media kind of overblows things, but I think it's definitely a super serious concern at the moment, and I'm just really worried on how long is this gonna last, because I know a lot of the schools here are out of school right now until like mid-April, and I'm kind of wondering like how are the schools handling this? Like I've heard that some schools are kind of doing like remote teaching and stuff with like kids on Facebook Live, but then on the other hand I'm also thinking like, okay, maybe the high schools and the colleges are definitely doing stuff like that, but like elementary school kids and stuff, like what are they doing? Like, is this just summer break for them now, or are they still doing assignments? And I don't know, it's just so up in the air at the moment. It's just such a weird time right now because honestly I feel like unless it really starts getting under control within the next few weeks, I honestly feel like the school year is not very salvageable at all at the moment. So it's just kind of really interesting to see what's gonna go on. Okay, so I love that brush. I feel like that was like super perfect. Now the other brush that I currently use that I love is the e.l.f. Blush brush. It's very similar in shape and size and feeling, so very similar brushes, but I definitely really love the Alamar Cosmetics one. So I really like these brushes. Sometimes I feel like BoxyCharm's a little hit or miss with brushes, but I feel like they totally killed it this time, so I'm really happy with this. And I feel like I would probably use this for like foundation sometime, although I'm not a huge fan of applying foundation with brushes, but I'll have to give it a go and see what I think about it. As far as the blush palette goes, I feel like it's definitely a little bit, I don't know, not the greatest product for me, because honestly this color is so like mauvey and like shimmery, and I don't know, I feel like maybe I could make it work, but just to be honest, I feel like I'm not gonna get a whole lot of use out of this just because my skin tone wasn't really the target for like this palette, but that's okay. It doesn't always have to be, because there's tons of palettes made for my skin tone. I just feel like this one's just not one that would work for me. So what have you guys been doing during like your self-quarantining? Are you still going out? Are you still doing things, or have you been staying home and being responsible? But like what kind of things have you been doing? Like I've just really, I don't know, just been kind of like cleaning my house a bit, trying to like catch up on like, you know, a lot of things that I've kind of neglected. Like we have this spare room that used to be my old bedroom, and I really want to like make it into like a nice little guest room. Like for now it's just been like the junk room, and I don't like having junk everywhere, so just kind of been focusing on trying to like organize things, clean things, kind of get ahead and do the things that I never had time to do because I was busy doing other things, you know? So what have you guys been doing? I love playing board games, but I don't have anyone to play board games with. So it's kind of sad. But yeah, I've just been really like isolated lately. Haven't even been seeing my friends or anything, just because, you know, we're all, you know, trying to do the responsible thing and just kind of like do our own things for a little bit and all of that. But yeah, just kind of really down. I've also kind of like stopped doing my diet as much. If you guys don't know, I was doing the keto diet for about a year and a half. Like really good, like really, not strict, but really consistent. And I had lost 65 pounds. Since I've kind of stopped doing keto for the past 6 months or so, I haven't really gained too much of the weight back, but I am kind of going back to my old eating ways, which was not good, which is, you know, very processed, a lot of carbs, to be honest, a lot of binge eating. So I'm kind of like trying to reset and get back to doing like my clean, like keto eating and stuff, and kind of get back to that because I do see the scale rising just a little bit, you know, like 5 pounds or so, but I just kind of want to get back to being a little bit more, consistent and what's the word, disciplined with my diet, because honestly ever since I started dating my boyfriend, my diet has gone down the drain. Okay, so I did my eyebrows and now I'm gonna move on. I have 2 eyeshadow products to use, and I thought at first I was thinking like, oh, I could just use like a little of both, but I'm like, I don't know, I feel like that doesn't really give me a good idea of the eyeshadows from a testing standpoint. So I will just show both of the palettes. I am kind of leaning more towards one is what I want to use, but I'm like, maybe this other one would be more helpful. Anyway, so from my February box, I got the iconic London eyeshadow palette. This one is called the Day to Slay eyeshadow palette and it retails for $62. And I have to say, just from the packaging of this, the feeling of it, $62 feels way too much in my opinion. So it does have a mirror here, which is nice, but this is a really big palette, and big in a bulky kind of way in my opinion. So this is what the colors of the eyeshadows look like. I believe this was a palette that I got to choose. I haven't been the best at like checking BoxyCharm and like seeing when I get to choose the products and stuff. So that's been a little hit or miss for me, but I believe this was a product that I chose. And this is the palette that I'm leaning towards that I want to use. But to be honest, I feel like I'm gonna do like a very basic look with this, and I don't know, I feel like it's probably gonna be really good, but I will have to try this at another time because I kind of want to try this other palette that I got in my March BoxyCharm box. So I'm gonna try this one for another time, but I feel like I'm probably gonna like it, and I'll say $62 is definitely too expensive for it, so I kind of am preempting that one, but I'll try to use that one and let you guys know what I think if you are interested. But the other one I got is interesting because it's actually the first, at least I think it is, the first BoxyCharm eyeshadow palette that they are actually creating. And this one is the little outer sleeve, so it looks like a little BoxyCharm, and then this is the actual palette. This one is called Hello Charmer. So this one came in my March Boxy Luxe box, and this one retails for $39. So like I said, I believe this is the first BoxyCharm palette. So the other reason why I was kind of hesitant between using this palette or the iconic London one is because the color palette of this one is interesting. So definitely individually a lot of pretty colors, but when I look at this palette, there's not a whole lot of, at least in my mind, a lot of cohesion. It's very interesting because there's like a couple matte shades in here, some shimmers, and then there's kind of like this one, I haven't even touched it yet, but it almost looks like a glitter, which it is. It's definitely interesting. It's a really pretty color. I don't know if you can see that one. It's called right here, it's called Swipe Up. It's like this hot pink kind of color with like a blue green shifty kind of glitter, which is pretty, but it's one of those colors where it's like more of like a topper. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's definitely more of like a topper, and there's not much of a base color to it, which is definitely not my favorite type of eyeshadow, so I feel like that color is totally going to be a waste for me. But I did want to kind of try this out just because it is like BoxyCharm's first like eyeshadow palette. So yeah, let's give it a go. Even though I'm looking at this, I'm like, how am I going to make this work? I don't know yet. All right, I'm gonna use my eyeshadow primer. This is a Korean one. This is from Etude House, I think. It's just called the Proof 10 Eye Primer. It's just the one I've been using lately. I don't love it or hate it, but I'm just kind of trying to use up, you know, stuff in my collection. So I'm just gonna apply that all over my lids and blend that in with my finger. So as far as the colors in here, maybe you can see up close a little bit better of the colors. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely some individually pretty colors in here, but I'm trying to like look at this and I'm like, there's no matte color that is what I would use as like a dark kind of defining color. So I'm just gonna start. I might have to pull in a little bit of eyeshadows from another palette to make it work, but I'm gonna give it a chance. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I feel like I just wanna use, I don't know, I'm kind of between Spoiler and Premium, these two here, because they're kind of similar, like almost too similar to be in the same palette. One is slightly more yellow and one's slightly more orange. But I guess I'll go with Premium first. That's this one here. And this one looks to be a matte color. So I'm gonna start by just applying that in the crease. It's, ooh, definitely a lot more yellow than I was expecting. And a lot lighter too. I was gonna think this was more of like a, I don't know, that's kind of like yellow. I don't know if you can really see. it's not as pigmented as I was expecting either, but I'm gonna just try to build this up a bit. I don't know, first color, I'm not loving this one. It seems a little bit chalky and not very pigmented. I don't know, I feel like that, not loving that. Okay, I'm gonna try the other color I was between. That one is Spoiler. Again, it's a little bit more orangey. I'm gonna see what this one looks like. Again, I don't know what I'm gonna do like color-wise for this look. I'm just kind of going with it, which is how I always do my makeup. I just kind of go with it and hope it turns out okay in the end. But yeah, I feel like that color didn't do much. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of like bummed now. I feel like this palette is not my favorite so far. And I'm sure there's like some people who like do makeup that are so good at like using whatever it is, so they'll make anything look good, and I'm not one of those people. Next is called Cup of Joe, which is a cute name because I believe that's the BoxyCharm like CEO or founder, or he's the main guy. But I'm gonna just apply that to the crease just to kind of like try to deepen that up some and kind of give me a little bit more definition. So now I'm going to use this color here. This one's called Pop Up, and that one is like a shimmery champagne color. Okay, so really quickly, I'm going to dip into my Iconic London palette just so I can use this dark color here. That one is called Deep Soul. I'm going to use like a smaller brush just so I can apply this a little bit more where I want it, but there's not really any colors deep enough that I would use to like create an eyeshadow look that I really like from that palette. So I'm just going to use a little bit of that to kind of deepen up this crease a bit, because I have hooded eyelids and I feel like if I don't have like a really defined darker matte crease color, my eyes just look, I don't know, I just don't like the look of them. Okay, so for the shimmer colors, I have a couple options. I could do like a bright fun color, but I'm not a bright fun color eyeshadow person anymore. Like I used to really love a lot of colors, and I still do love colors, but just for the everyday, I don't like doing like crazy colors anymore, and I'm kind of wanting to film a few more videos. So I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of torn. One color that's really catching my eye is this one right here. It looks straight up blue right here, and then if I turn it, it's like purple. That is such a really pretty color. Like when I'm looking at it straight on, it's purple, but when I'm looking at it at another angle, it's blue. Really interesting. I kind of want to use that one, but I'm going to be filming more videos and I don't want like some crazy eyeshadow the whole time. So I think I'm going to use this color here, this Luxe color. That one is like a really yellowy kind of gold shimmer, and I'm going to see how this one applies. It's applying okay. I feel like I don't know, I feel like I haven't been liking shimmer eyeshadows as much. I'm going to try my finger because I feel like that's gonna, oh yeah, that looks so much better. I don't know if it's just the brushes I've been using lately, but like my shimmer eyeshadows have not been showing up, and really the brushes make a world of difference. Like, can you see the difference between that? It's really soft and like almost like a cream shadow, almost like it's not a cream shadow, but that's how like soft and buttery smooth it is. And then I kind of want to try a little bit of this color here called Exclusive. It's a little bit more of like a brownie kind of gold, and I'm going to try this one with a little bit of the brush just to kind of deepen that up some and make it a little less intense than if I were to apply it with my finger. Yeah, so that is really pretty. I do have to say, this does not feel like a palette I would reach for a whole lot, especially with there not being a matte dark eyeshadow kind of color that I would like to use. I think this look is really pretty, but I could have achieved this look with any other eyeshadow palette I own. But it is interesting. There's a lot of really fun colors in here, and I feel like I need to give this more of a chance because I feel like the star kind of colors of this palette are kind of like this general region. And yeah, I just need to give this more of a go. Overall, it doesn't really feel like a palette I like super needed in my life, but it's pretty and it is kind of interesting because I think it is BoxyCharm's first like eyeshadow palette. So yeah, I'm actually gonna finish the rest of my eyes off camera. I'm filming another video, so you'll see this part later. But yeah, I will come back and share with you guys the last few products I got in my BoxyCharm box. Okay, so the last actual product I have that I'm gonna be trying on in this video for BoxyCharm is the Nars Powermatte Lip Pigment lip product. So this one is in the color London Calling, and let me see what the value of this one is. $25. Let's just give this one a go. Oh my god, this is so dark. So dark. Okay, first of all, the texture of this feels so weird, but in a good way. It's like a very thin, almost like powder, but not a powder kind of like feeling. I don't know, I really like it. This color is definitely a really intense color on me. I don't really ever wear these types of lip colors, and I feel like this just reminds me a lot of like old BoxyCharm stuff where like every lip color product I got would be this color, which is pretty if you have like really like deep like or tan like skin tone. Like this would be a beautiful color, but I am white as snow and I'd always get these lip colors and they never look good on me, and I have so many that are in this type of dark kind of color that I would never get use out of. And I'm getting a little bit of butthole lip, if you can see that. I'm gonna try like apply a little bit more on the inside. See if that kind of covers it up a bit. Oh, it's on my teeth! Ah! The texture of this is very like dry on the lips. It feels like a liquid lipstick, but not as thick. It's super, super thin. Which I actually kind of, I don't know, I like this formula, but it is a dry lip formula. So if that's something you don't like, you would not like this at all. The color is interesting. It's kind of growing on me a little bit, but it's definitely not a color I would pick for like my everyday anything. And I would feel very self-conscious wearing this. I'd be like, oh my gosh, are people thinking like, wow, what kind of lip color is she wearing? Okay, so the last few things I got, I'm gonna go through really quickly because I have not used these yet, except for like a couple. So the next thing I got, this was from my Boxy Luxe box for March, and I have gotten this before in BoxyCharm, and I have been praying they would bring it back, and that is the Brazilian Boom Boom Cream, and it is, again, another little mini one. This one retails for $15. I don't know if that's for the 2 or for the 1. Hopefully that's for the 2, because it also came with the Coco Cabana cream, which I've never tried before, and I was so excited when I saw both of these in my box because I have gotten this one before and I loved it. I loved it so, so much. And it smells amazing. So I already know that one smells amazing. This one, I believe they might have reformulated it so it's not as intense of a smell, but I remember people saying this smells like buttered popcorn. I definitely think they have reformulated the smell a little bit. It does smell really good. It does have a slight bit of that buttery kind of like scent to it, but I like it. It kind of smells like coconut and little powdered donuts to me with like a little bit of butter. But I was so, so glad that I got these. I'm going to cherish and savor these because these smell amazing. The only thing is I have not used this yet, but like look how like empty it is. I don't know. It's just, they could have filled this up a lot more. This is like half empty. So that's kind of sad. I have not used it once yet. Like this one is completely full, like pretty much all the way full. So I'm kind of sad that that one's not very full, but I love the scent of that. I'm so glad I got it. And honestly, I would not be unhappy if I were to get this again in BoxyCharm. The next thing I got, I believe, is a hair product. This is from the brand Moroccan Oil. Moroccan Oil. I said Moroccan Oil. Oh my God. So this one is from Moroccan Oil. It's called the Protect and Prevent Spray. It retails for $30. What does this do? Protect and spray, prevents UV color fade and color pollution. Okay, yeah, $30, shield your hair from daily damage, and it's supposed to keep it from becoming brassy. Ooh, it smells good. I'll do just like a couple spritzes of this. I hope it doesn't make my hair like greasy or anything. Smells really good though, but I don't know, I feel like this is like a product I would like take to the beach with me and be like, oh, I don't want like my hair to like fade. But like I probably would never use it again, but it smells really good. As far as like being an everyday product, I don't know if I would remember to do this, but it does seem like it's more of like a lightweight, maybe like a leave-in conditioning kind of spray. But I don't know, I'm glad to have that. And I haven't tried a whole lot of things from that brand, and it smells really good. It smells really good, actually. So this probably wouldn't be something I would have ever bought for myself, but I think I'm gonna use this and thoroughly enjoy it. The next thing is a product I have gotten from BoxyCharm before, but it was a different scent, and I liked this, but it's definitely not worth the price at all. This is from the brand Spongelle, and it's the Body Wash Infused Buffer, and this one is in the Freesia Pear scent. So basically this one, did I say it retails for $16? Because that is way too much. Basically it is a little sponge, and inside it has like body wash like infused into it. It's a very cheap little sponge. It's kind of cute though. It kind of looks like a little flower. It smells really, really good. But this is something that I totally see like dollar stores duping and stuff. It smells really, really good though. But I like this, and I liked the last time I had it and stuff, so I'm glad that I got it, but it's not something that really adds any value to my box for me. $16 though, no, would never buy. But if you ever see something like this at the dollar store, totally, I think it would totally be worth it. Okay, and the last thing I have, I'm super excited to try this out because when I opened this up, I was like, what the shit? They added this to the box, and I was so excited. This is from the brand PMD, and this is the Smart Facial Cleansing Device. So it looks like this. It was kind of, when I first opened up the box, I was like, what is BoxyCharm sending me? And I was really excited to try this though. This looks really cool. I wanted to use it this morning, but I completely forgot because I'm not thinking constantly, I need to film a video, or that would be good for a video. So I'm not in that mindset right now. But this is really cool. It is a battery operated device. So it just uses like a little AA battery, but it looks like this. I love that it's pink. It's so cute. It's like that little soft touch silicone, and then it's got these like little nubbies on here, which I thought were gonna be like hard and uncomfortable, but these are so soft and so flexible. I cannot wait to wash my face with this, and I don't have the battery in yet. Let me put it in real quick. And then it comes with like this little base that it sits on. I don't really think that will do much because I don't know, it will kind of stand up in it, but I don't know, we'll see. I didn't even tell you how much this retails for. $99. So that is a lot. But honestly, I'm like, damn, BoxyCharm like sending the goods. No. Ooh. Ooh. Let's see. Oh my God, I think BoxyCharm snapped. And then it pulses. Okay, so it looks like it's got like 4 different wave patterns, or like 4 different whatevers. So it's got the light, medium, high, I don't know, medium, high. And then it's got like slow pulses and then like fast pulses. BoxyCharm. I cannot wait to try this out though. I feel like this is gonna be really like, I don't know, just relaxing and like really get all the makeup out of my pores and stuff. So I can't wait to use this. And I think it's gonna be really cool. And 99 bucks, like that's awesome. That's awesome. I will definitely have to let you guys know what I think about that. I feel like that would be a really, really cool product to have in my skincare routine because I've been so lazy lately. I cannot bother. Okay, so the entire value of my March box is $313. And overall, I feel like I got a ton of worth. Like this thing alone really intrigues me. And would I pay $99 for it? No, but I am so glad I got it. And I feel like this alone, honestly, I don't know, makes it worth it for me. So I paid like what, 50 bucks for this whole box. I really am interested in trying the moisturizing cream. I always like stuff like that. I am totally stoked on the Boom Boom creams. This I'm totally impressed with. I feel like this is something that doesn't necessarily excite me, but I would totally get a lot of use out of. So I'm glad I got that. This is cute, totally not worth the money, but I will use it. The lip product, if it was a different fucking color, man, if it was a different fucking color and it wasn't the same always dark BoxyCharm colors that I got, I probably would have liked that more, but I do like the formula of it, so I might try a few more or look and see if there's any colors I like. The blush trio set was not really my cup of tea just because honestly I would only get actual use out of one of the products, so for me that was a little bit of a miss for me. But as far as everything else, was that everything? Oh, and the eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palette, like, it was interesting to try because it is BoxyCharm's first eyeshadow palette, but if I were to see this in the store for, how much was this? $39. Would I buy this if it was sitting on a shelf? Absolutely not, just because the colors, while pretty, are not cohesive in my mind. And when I look at the whole palette, I really just see, I would probably use the neutrals and stuff. So for me, the palette was just a little bit, not a letdown, but it just wasn't as, I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. But overall, do I think I got $50 worth of value out of this box? I totally think I do. So I am very happy with that. And then the value for my February box was $153. Do I feel like I got $25 worth of value out of this box? For the actual like powder alone being $22 and then the box being $25, yeah, I think I did because I love this powder so much. Like I did not think I was gonna like vibe with the powder so much, but I love it. I love it. And then as far as the other products, do I feel like I got, you know, another remaining $3 worth of value? I think I did. As far as the February box, I feel like everything in that box I would use or could use. But as far as like the March box, what would I not use? I would not use the blush palette and I probably would not use the lip color. But yeah, so my memory card is about to fill up and I'm gonna end this video because it has been extremely long. Just kind of like talking about where I've been, what's going on in the world, and yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I will try out this makeup setup or video setup, backdrop, whatever, for a few videos. So let me know what you guys think of it. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Should I go back to the way I was filming before? Just let me know what you guys think. And yeah, tell me what's going on in your life right now. How are you dealing with the coronavirus? How are you dealing with the boredom? I don't know, just tell me anything. Tell me anything. Leave a comment. Let me know what products you liked, what you didn't like. Anything, literally just anything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, link is below. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.